fatal heart impacts, past painful scars. In fact, I blast tasteful bars and pass. I back up my actions, fact don't ask, grab reactions, jacked attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose. Pick a new silver excuse, I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now, y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember, you're discreet now. Get ready for defeat now.
Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here. And now, whenever we last left off with this series, we had Izuki Midoriya. And where she was, she has just taken on the former #1 hero's quirk. And she has been having various conversations with different people. Now, she is faced with a dilemma. Something that would be hard for her. Learning how to use this new power, one for all, and what exactly it could do. Now, we will be picking up 6 months later, and a whole heap of things have been going on within this time. Izuki has been able to understand this quirk, and not only has she undergone training from Gran Torino, but she's also undergone training from Sir Nidai and some other pro heroes. Now, along with that, it would seem that the Punisher has become relatively more and more active. Bakugo and Ochako going off on their killing sprees. While, within this time also as well, Mina has finally understood how to control her insane strength, rage, and power. Along with that, her actually being able to meet up with and talk with her friend Momo, a fellow survivor of the USJ. Now, along with that, Izuki, she has been getting a lot of connections made and things set into motion for her plan, as we do have today. As Izuki, she is knocked backwards, her flipping and landing, taking 3 to 4 steps backwards before at least twirling her body to the side, throwing her left leg outwards as she throws half of her body back to throw back her left hand, as Mina rushes towards her. Mina, her footsteps echoing as she runs towards her. Izuki releasing 50% of One for All. Her heart rate increasing along with the power steadily flowing through her entire body, as she almost blitzes Mina in speed, before throwing both of her hands up and going for a devastating uppercut. And as soon as that does happen, Mina, she feels herself get thrown upwards. Before Izuki, she blitzes her once again, at insane speeds, actually punching her dead side in the chest before going for another punch, and begin to try to throw a flurry of punches, sending Mina flying away towards the wall. Now, as that does actually happen, Izuki, she does drop down onto the ground, and there actually is the bruise that is on her torso. It's steadily disappearing and fully healing. As Izuki, she actually does look down and touch her stomach, before looking back up, to see that somebody has walked into the room, instructing them that they have new information, and that they believe the plan can proceed the way it is intended. Izuki actually turning and at least turning off One for All, explaining that that is good, and that they should actually redo their rematch later. Sure thing, Izuki. I need to go talk with someone anyway. Alright. Now, with that being said, this is whenever Izuki, she does walk towards the briefing room. And there is all the information. It's displayed on a giant screen. Izuki walking over to the computer, quickly typing in certain things and beginning to scroll through the information, quickly reading it and glossing over it to see what she needs to know, before she actually does turn off the screen and inform everybody that the plan can proceed, and that they are all well aware of what is to happen. This is a day they have been preparing for a very long time. While their organization has been working in secret, so has the AIM organization. And once that organization is taken down, they are going to be moving operations over to Russia. And hopefully, many of them would like to join her. Take out the operations over there and try and make sure this does not happen in any other major countries. Talk about how that the experiments that have been performed on all of them have been inhumane. Now, as that does happen, everyone packs up to leave. Izuki getting into the pilot seat of a plane, or what seems to be a advanced fighter jet, as Shinsho actually does sit down in the co-pilot seat, and she actually does look behind her. They have the entire plane to themselves except for one man, who is tied up and has a bag over his head. Izuki looking towards Shinsho and asking exactly if their little passenger back there is in well enough condition. Oh yeah, he'll be fine. He's one of the guys we kept in captivity. Then again, yeah. If he starts spouting crazy things, just punch him. Or tase him. But what about your powers? Oh, those things, yeah. Still trying to get used to them. Yeah, my regular strength, it's still kind of hard to pinpoint. Even then, I noticed the sticky fingers thing and more traits of a spider. Interesting. So it didn't increase your poison? No. But ironically, I think I've been finding silk in my bed. What do you mean? I don't know. I just swear. I'm finding something strange. The chemical composition is similar to silk. Huh. Okay, that's strange. That's actually pretty weird. Yeah. Anyways, we should head out. Her then clicking a few buttons, talking about how their part of the plan is going to need to be put through first, as they leave. Now, as this does happen, Izuki, she does continue on, them flying to a certain place, and changing clothing quickly. Izuki putting on a wig, and Shinsho at least spraying his hair with some temporary dye. Now, Izuki then actually has put on a piece of technology that was given to her by a friend. A nanite face mask. Now, the moment she does actually put it on, she does actually try and set it to the parameters she needs it to. Setting it to the news reporter, who should be coming in about 3 minutes. That is her regular route. She'll pass by and head to her workplace. Now, as soon as the news reporter does actually pass by, Izuki quickly does run out, running into the woman and grabbing her before putting something into her neck. The moment she does, the woman completely collapses. No one around to see this, she quickly pulls the woman back towards the plane, before at least sitting her down and binding her hands, explaining to her one simple thing. The woman, she's partially conscious, able to make out Izuki. Izuki explaining to the woman what they are planning to do. They did not plan to harm her. However, they are going to need to switch places for a brief period of time. Now, Izuki would then continue on this woman's regular route, heading to her workplace up until the time is needed. Now, with that, Izuki walks into a new station, and she is sat down in a chair after some time, being told that the news is going to be aired today, what she's going to need to say, and what is going to happen. Now, with that, Izuki would continue on with what should be going on for the regular news, up to a certain point. Whenever, all of a sudden, she stops following the script, and she does actually stand up, talking about something. The information going on with All for One. And then she does actually say something quite weird. Everyone's staring at her strangely as she brings up the organization known as AIM, talking about how certain things have been happening and this has been happening, along with how they are responsible for what happened at the USJ. Everyone looking at her confused, and thinking that they should all cut the cameras. The moment that someone tries to, they are shot, and they quickly hit the ground, as somebody in a pair of glasses and a jacket, they do actually walk into the room, continuing to fire on everyone who is right next to the camera. And the man who is sitting down is somewhat scared. However, he does look to see that Izuki is calm, thinking that this is his fellow news reporter. Izuki quickly just bringing her hand up and pulling off the wig, confused, as she takes off the nanite face mask, beginning to talk about how her name is Izuki Midoriya, and she is from Russia. She is here today to explain many things. Her origin, and exactly what has been going on behind the scenes. While everything has been happening with All for One, the man who is currently in control of this country, Japan, he's fighting in a civil war with many different people. However, there are also things going on behind the scenes. Her then going on to explain AIM and what they've been doing, along with explaining more things. She has been sent here to kill someone. However, she failed her mission. And now it is her life's goal to rid the world of these organizations. Her and her people are the ones who fight in the dark. And they will make sure that this world will somewhat be peaceful. Her then going to state that her brother, or a man that she believes to be family to her, close family, he is currently out there, punishing those who are guilty. Before, she then goes on to say a certain number of lines that confuse everyone. Her saying numbers and phrases before smirking at the camera. Now, after that does happen, she quickly does leave, along with Shinsho. Police and many other people trying to arrive to stop them. However, they watch as this giant plane comes out of an alleyway and simply just takes off. Now, as they are dumbstruck by that, Izuki, she is well pleased with herself and what she has just done. Now, all over Japan, what Izuki has done is say certain phrases and certain words that will awaken sleeper agents within any facility or news organization. Any organization there is a sleeper agent, they are currently active, and their cover is being blown. They have been given orders as well. They've been given orders to turn against everyone, and to simply just go ballistic on everyone, see them all as targets. And that is what is currently happening. Within the next oncoming weeks, many facilities will be taken down from their own people, and Izuki and her group they would continue on their fights, discovering these facilities and taking them out, as we do currently have all for one. The fight between him and Endeavor and the pro heroes, it still does rage on. However, Endeavor, he has significantly more backup in the form of malicious shields. Her father, David Shield, he had to jump through many different hoops and talk with a whole lot of different people. However, after All Might fell, he was able to get his hands back on his own device, which then let him successfully take it for a test run, letting the pro hero Endeavor test drive it for a few times, trying to find ways to vastly improve it and implement it into his hero costume. Now, with that being said, David Shield is working on trying to implement these into many different pro heroes uniforms, and that has been, so far, relatively tricky. He could give them a vest that they can simply just wear, and it could attach directly to the back of their neck or partially into their brain stem. However, many different pro heroes are hesitant about this. But Endeavor was the only willing candidate. So Night thought that he could, simply just to see what would happen in the future. However, many different questions begin to arise from Principal Nezu. If they know what happens in the future, then wouldn't that create a time paradox? Where they try to recreate those events. However, through the butterfly effect, they could most likely alter them. And many different things were thrown around with this question. Sir Night sees things as a steady flow of time, does he not? It is unknown. However, what is known is the threat they do face. And we do at least have 2 other candidates who were willing to try this. We have Mirio Togeda and Tamaki. Tamaki was quite shy. However, within the last year of his life, a lot of things have been happening, and the world has somewhat shifted. Tamaki's somewhat letting his personality get away from him sometimes. Him now believing a bit more in Mirio's ideology, about being a bit more carefree and heroic. Now, with that being said, let us cut to Izuki, as they have left the news organization. They would fly to an apartment building and land on the very top. Izuki quickly running over to the side and quickly just somewhat jumping off. Her grabbing onto different, parts of the wall and checking to see what floor she's on. Now, Izuki, she does get to the intended floor she wanted. Afterwards, she walks up to a front door and she knocks on it. A second does pass, and Izuki does think. It's been a very long time, almost a year. And she just wonders, how is this going to play out? No time to be scared. Now, the front door does open, and somebody does turn their head to look at Izuki, after saying a few words. Now, they are quite surprised seeing Izuki. They remember a similar situation almost 2 years ago. Except this time, the woman who stands in front of her, Izuki Midoriya. She is wearing a full black tactical outfit, and she has armor covering her arms, legs, and body, along with her widow's gauntlets, and weapons holstered by her side, along with a rifle on her back. Mitsuki just quite surprised. her face twisting in anger, as she goes to throw out a punch and yell where the hell has she been. Izuki dodging it before just pulling Mitsuki into a hug. Mitsuki just beginning to tear up, wrapping her arms around Izuki and simply at least talking, saying she's been gone for a long time. She thought something happened to her. She just saw the news. But why are you here now? She says, pushing Izuki away for a second. Izuki saying that it's a very long story. However, right now, they are going to be in a lot of danger, and that she needs to come with them. Danger my ass. We've already dealt with a lot of things this year. Yeah, but you're not ready for this. Are you really saying that? Yes, I am, Mitsuki. Listen, you don't know what's going to happen. What I just did is going to set something off. If people know that you're connected to me, if they find out, they will kill you. Even worse. But what about my baby? What about Bakugo? Yeah, about that. Do you know about him? No, he's been missing. Oh, man. So, you saw the news, right? Yeah. Uh, he's the Punisher. Son of a bitch. I'm sorry? I knew it. Fucking hell. What happened to him? He's sort of. I don't know. We'll talk about this later, but right now just come with me. Fine. Fine. I'm done. If he wants to go ahead and throw his life away like that, then who am I going to stop him? Mitsuki. After all this is done and settled, we'll figure that out, okay? But for right now, you need to come with me. You, your husband, pack up everything you need. I'll help you. We got a jet up on the roof. What? Yeah. Like I said, we're going to take you somewhere safe. Now, with that being said, Mitsuki and her husband do pack up their bags. And he's still quite confused. Them coming out onto the roof and seeing the giant, vehicle. As Izuki does get them inside of it, and they do leave. Now, with that being said, they do fly back to the facility, and are quite surprised to step out and see everything. Now, with that being said, we do actually cut to outside that building, right before the jet took off. We have Bakugo Katsuki, sitting on a rooftop, with a sniper rifle. He knows they're going to appear here. He knows something is going to happen. Hell. Villains always try and do this shit. They know who I am. As soon as they find that out, they're usually a problem. So you just gotta take him out right as they get to the front door. Relatively easy. I'm looking down at the gate, before seeing the jet land on the rooftop. Him quickly turning his attention to the top of the roof. Before he can fire a shot, he sees exactly who it is. Mitsuki. Not Mitsuki. It's Izuki. And he contemplates pulling the trigger for a second, realizing that that would not be a very good idea. She might see him. Even then, the sound, she would just quickly duck. Bakugo. Who is that? My sister. What? I wonder what's going on. Him then at least watching through the scope as Mitsuki and Izuki have a bit of a reunion. He's not able to tell what Izuki is saying, but he can tell what his mom is. Apparently, they're leaving, watching as they go to the rooftop and leave with Izuki. Bakugo at least getting a bit more relaxed for a second. Him packing up his own bag, and him and Ochako do talk. Bakugo explaining to her that he doesn't think they really need to be stationed here right now. Bakugo, don't you come here a bit more than you should, anyways? We are eventually going to attract attention. Not really. There was a guy who lived in this apartment building, remember? Oh, yeah. Yeah. He moved out. And we're the new couple who just took his place. But Bakugo... Oh, come on. It's a good cover story. Besides, the lady next door believed it. She didn't even question whenever I took out the trash. Okay, but don't they wonder about all his possessions and him moving? Not really. I just told them he went off to join All for One. And they understood. Nice old lady. Down the hall, too. This world's fucking crazy. Yeah, I know. But still. We should go. Yeah, you're probably right. Now then. With that being said, I do believe that is a good point to leave this off of. And I do hope you guys enjoyed. And have an amazing night. I will catch you guys in the next part.